Morning, 7K team. Okay, holidays are coming up. Here we are in November. We got Thanksgiving coming. We got Christmas holidays, and then got the brand new 2025. So, a challenge to you. It's my challenge to my entire group and anyone in 7K that listens to my YouTube trainings. Uh, Challenge to you and work with your upline and leadership to make it happen. But to my group, here's the challenge. It won't be new to my Tuesday night normal everyday meeting we have every Tuesday night uh, uh, since November 17th, 2016. My birthday is when I started this, uh, be 8 years ago, uh, and uh, have the largest single business in the company as a leader. Largest personal enrollment group as a leader. Means I sponsored someone who sponsored someone who sponsored someone who sponsored. It isn't that I got a lot of people put underneath me and a lot of volume got there. That's what that means. Okay. So the business developed from how we duplicated what we were doing. And that's what we're going to talk about. The importance of duplication, the importance of having a simple system and then duplicating that and making sure it gets duplicated. See, my job, a lot of my job over the last 3 years, since my organization has gotten so huge, is I have seen as I've worked with new leaders and new teams that my basic success system hasn't been duplicated. Okay. So let's start with a challenge and let's start reduplicating what what built the largest team in the entire company, and let's see if we can't keep it going. Okay. Uh, the and you can reference my story, which I told last week, uh, and showed everything. And so it's not just my words; it's facts. And I challenge anyone to put their teams up to beat my numbers. Okay. But and it's not, again, they're my numbers because I initiated the team. But again, our success, my wife and I, my team, is because of you. Without you, there is no success in my team. And the same thing will happen with you in your team. Okay, here's the challenge. Let's get right with it. Okay. Everyone knows that part of my job description is 7 pieces of paper, and that's what's not really getting duplicated right now. And we need to get back on to duplicating that. Very simple system. It's the 7 pieces of paper success system. So it tells you exactly what you got to commit to. It tells you got to learn skills, attitudes, and techniques, and you must learn them. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how intelligent you are. If you don't learn the basic skills, attitudes, and technique, now some people learn them real quick. Some people take 5 years. But the choice is, here's your choice. Do you want to be in a job the rest of your life and retire on what you can't live on? Because that's a fact. And it's becoming worse and worse as the global financial situation, the global nations, global debt situations, that's each individual countries, they're all encountering the same problem. So all their currencies ultimately will be worthless. And so we're ultimately having a global reset. Those without gold and silver are going to be in a very hurting position. And what do? We teach people about gold and silver. We give them a means that they can get a little bit of it at a time. We give a means to ensure their wealth. Now, these points are points you must learn to have a discussion. Kind of like what Keith was talking about, and as I was coming in to the training here today. We provide financial insurance. We provide something they don't have and what they're not taught about. Will they accept it immediately? Some will, some won't, but most won't. But you've got to sift quickly through every contact you have the right way to try and find those that have just the slightest bit of curiosity and want more information. And you will find that right one person on your left and one person on your right if you do what we're talking about. And then that's where the 7 pieces of paper, the success system, introducing them to this right day one, right when they join you. This is the first thing you introduce them to. Your leaders, the number one person in the business right now that helped pioneer this company, the reason that the team evolved into the biggest team in the company is the 7 pieces of paper. No, it doesn't tell you the details of how to do it. It tells you what you need to do. It tells you your mindset. It tells you your attitude. It tells you what you must obtain, all factual. 2 years to learn, 3 to 5 years to build a big business. Or your alternative, basically, you're trading a 10-year plan for the job 40 to 60-year plan. And in its 10-year plan, you'll be able to have more for the rest of your life than you do in that 60-year plan. So it's a choice. Some people are, flat out lazy. They just want to work their job, go home, and do nothing. Some people are a little bit more ambitious. Some people are a little bit more concerned about the future and their family's future, and those with younger children about being able to help them as they start their lives. Those are the people you're going to find that will have some interest, but how do you go about doing it? Okay. So first, let's just quickly share. I'm not going to go through them, but quickly share, because those 7 pieces of paper, my successes. And by the way, that's another thing I will update, and I'll do it very short, very concise, probably try and keep it in about 15 minutes. So it'd just be the 7 pieces of paper, just be the Bob Reid success system, and the reason I've succeeded in multiple businesses since I've been in network marketing. And I don't try to sell it. It's free. But it absolutely works. Okay. So what is the success system and why you must have these 7 pieces of paper in your PDFs on your computer, in your devices, so you can give it to them immediately, or be very versed in your team band app, whichever team band app your own, that you can show them where to find them and how to download them, and then have them themselves, or you're going to have to email it to them. Okay. Or you might want to do both. So this first piece of paper, it's a very concise 3-paragraph, a couple of bullet points that explains either you want the 60-year plan or you want the 10-year plan. Here you have a real choice. Okay. And it's reading through these 3 paragraphs with them and the bullet points and getting their concurrence, their agreement. They agree with you with this. Okay, that's number one. And it's getting a commitment of time. 2 years. 2 years of what? What do I do in those 2 years? Well, we answer that question with the next piece of paper called the 7 Key Metals Job Description, 5 Keys to Wealth. There's the time commitment, 2 years. There's what you need to do, number one. Okay, you need to expose the business, pique people's interest, This should not take more than 30 minutes a day. If you do, it's doing it wrong. Okay, and learn how to do the silver coin drop. Okay, I get the script for it. Okay, here's where the learning part comes in for 2 years. Of course, you've got to watch all the company videos. I don't want you to watch all the company video, but then I want you to watch one of my videos. Now I've got the library up, so I should kind of rewrite this and update it. Yeah, I want you to do self-help books and things like that. But hey, that's if you want to take extra time to do that, because you want to watch one of my videos 5 days a week for 2 years. And if you're not doing that, no, you'll never graduate from Millionaires 101. You'll never really get it. I'm just being plain honest with you. Okay, you're not that honest with people that you're just enrolled, but you just tell them what to do. You're always able to ask them, well, what have you done this? Have you done? Oh, well, you really haven't been doing the job. So you hadn't started your 2 years yet. And that's a fact. Those of you that are in that shape, you've just been auditing the course. You just kind of been on step. Sometimes you'll make it to class, sometimes you won't make it to class. That's what auditing a course, because you don't get a pass or fail grade. And they'll let you re-audit the course if you want, Colin. Okay. So that's where 5 hours of a week is going to come. That's 5.5. Okay. Because, well, some videos are less than an hour, some a little bit more. It depends. Okay. Attend a meeting, a training, a physical meeting, a company. Hopefully it's within your own team. And with that team leader that you're in, or if you're the leader, you're giving the meeting. You're doing the meeting. Okay. Once a week. It doesn't matter if it's you and another person. You commit to it once a week for 2 years. That's the whole key. Hanging around a flagpole. If you're not giving a meeting, you don't have a leader that's giving, go up further up line, attend mine. I give one every week. But you need to be in a live meeting and not just listening to the recording. Okay? If you miss it every once in a while, you want to catch up on a recording. Here's the real key, making that list of 100 people. And then over 2 years, hopefully in that first year, you expand that list to 500 people, and you do it in writing in my spiral notebook, 1 page per name. Okay? Because we're going to work on that top 25, 50 right as you are learning stuff, because we work as a team, and you will do the peaking the way we teach you, and then the follow-up. Oh, now that comes as a team effort, especially when it comes to handling objections and questions, because you're never to answer those until you're a silver or above grade. Oh yeah, that's a mistake a lot of people make. You let your successful upline, successful is the key, motivated, good attitude, be the ones that are answering the questions and handling the objections for you. Your job is to set the appointment and get there, and we tell you how. Then we tell you how to build a business left and right, because it's just a left team and a right team, and it goes to infinity here and infinity here. You get credit for anything that happens down here point-wise, comes up to your counter, comes up to their counter, and you need to be able to explain it that simple. And that volume comes up there. Okay. Then, I just have some rules here that I know through lots of experience how to create more synergy and less conflict in the group. You put the bloodline of the husband's family, that means their friends, cousins, all in one straight line, one underneath another. Nope, you don't put one brother here and one brother here on the side of a sister or a parent. Nope, wrong, because then there's conflict, there's infighting, there's all kind of things that erupt. May not happen at the beginning, but it will happen, and then it can be pretty bitter. Okay, so we just put them all in the same business. I've learned that to you. Same thing on the wife's bloodline, because see, the husband and wife's cousins, brothers, sisters, they never grew up together. They don't have the same circle of influence. So they're not fighting who owns who when they're talking to different people. And everybody in the same bloodline is all in the same business, all helping one another. Just the reason that I have these kind of rules. Same applies with work environment. Same applies with your church environment. Not big mega churches. That comes to your Bible study or Sunday school class. Those kind of things. And different friends and association group. So there's just some general suggestions. There's no hard fast rules here. These are things I have put in place for years, from years of experience. And even here in 7K Metals, it's turned out to be true. But you have to have time for the power of two, power of exponential expansion to work for you. I've taught that since day one, the power of two. You get your two, one on your left and one on your right. Some people get them in one day. Some people take a whole week. Some people take a whole month. Some people take a whole year. Doesn't matter. All you need is that one on your left and one on your right, same attitude, same commitment that you will. And until you find that one will match you, you're still looking in a process of building. And let's assume they're only half as good as you. And so with 12 periods of duplication, you could end up with 4,096 feet. They're only half of it. They only get one each, okay, in this time period. So this could be 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months, 12 years. Whole point is, if you had that and you only had 1,000 on the left team and 1,000 on the right team buying a 20-point coin, that's 20,000 points coming up in a month. All you need to get that $500 check is 1,000 points coming up in a month. That means the average about 250 a week to make 1,000 points. To get 1,000 points with 20 points, all you need is 50 people on the left team and 50 people on the right team. Oh, that's all. You couldn't do that in 10 years? Sure you could. Anyone can if they're doing this system. See, it's a system that tells you what you got to do. It has the inherent goals and set all in it without all the detail and huggabaloo. Does network marketing? Proven fact work. Yes. And it's worked for people in every walk of life, just like you. And you tell that to them. See, this is why this is so important. And one of the most important things is having the right attitude. Chuck Swindoll, that's why I say read it daily, along with your 15 minutes in the Bible. Best leadership training book on earth. Doesn't matter what your beliefs are, just pick a spot and read 15 minutes from there for 2 years, 5 days a week. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then the seventh piece of paper is belief. When you get these 3 beliefs into your system, it shines to everybody. When you believe in a profession of network marketing like I do, that'll show through. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a independent side gig that you can do regardless of what you're doing. And ours is the best in the world. It's wealth building. It's ensuring the wealth that we worked hard for, we get to protect it, and then we get to accumulate more wealth, and we get to build wealth as we're earning extra income on the side. Key, you must learn that statement. That is always your comeback. This is what differentiates us from all the lotions, potions, pills, health deals, nasty tasty juices, protein drinks, patches, all that other expense item stuff. That's true, unadulterated expenses to them, not building them any wealth. Oh, then make extra income, hopefully to at least pay for their product. Here, we end up with a product that builds wealth. We just don't want to sell it right away because it's a product that takes time to appreciate in its value, and that is a numismatic coin, a modern collectible. So when you believe in the business building system that we will teach you, and it's working for you, but it's going to take you time to learn. There's some people learn faster than others. But don't compare yourself to anyone else. You compare the benefits you're getting along the process. That's the wealth building, the wealth securing, the financial insurance, the mixing and mingling with a bunch of successful people and learning to do what they do and how they succeeded. And then you will build the belief in the fact that you can do this. So see, these are the 7 pieces of paper. When you enroll someone, if you're not going through this with immediately, oh, I don't want you to do the website walkthrough with them. I want you to do the 7 pieces of paper with them. Get that 2-year commitment. Get that time commitment. How many hours you're going to give? 8, 5, 2, 10. If they're only going to give 5, it may take them longer than that. It just depends. So those 7 pieces of paper, if you're not doing that, no wonder you're not succeeding. If that's not duplicating in your group, that's the problem. It duplicated in my group for 4 years. I made sure it did as I leapfrogged down with every leadership group I worked with. Oh, yeah, I see it has kind of fell off. Maybe some of the leaders there, because they're successful, they chose not to duplicate really what brought them the success. That's their problem. That's not your problem. That's not my problem. That's their problem. And if you're with one of them, I'd ask them, why did they stop doing that? It's so simple. It's so easy. For a person to recreate a system that's not proven, Einstein called that the definition of insanity. It's kind of like doing the same thing and expecting different results. Because when you change the system, you better be bringing in something that works better and proven to work better. Okay, 7 pieces of paper. That's it. Okay, where's the challenge come from? My challenge is this. And I got to set it up a little bit for you because 7K Metals is here to stay. It's established. It's 8 years young. In a business growth curve, that big S curve, and the beginning is the big S curve. And it keeps going, it starts going down later. Okay. And so, but what we like to talk about is this big S curve, that lazy S. Okay. And those first years, that formulation stage, that establishment stage, some companies can get well established in 5 years. See, that makes the difference in network marketing companies. Very few network marketing startup companies ever make it to the 5-year point. More than 98.5% of them fail in those first 3 years. Oh, first 3 years. And the rest of them fail within 5 years. 99 plus percent fail, new startups. There's been a lot of new startups. But what you want to do is you really want to get with a company in that phase, like I did. And you're called a pioneer. You got a lot of arrows in your back. You got to go through unbelievable amount of changes. Most people can't sustain all those changes. Well, companies got to change to grow. Look, when we first started this, when I first started, we could only make $1,000 a month, a week maximum check in our binary. So I had to have a business family pack to make any kind of money. If you got a business family pack, you can build 3, get paid, build 2, get paid on 3, but actually you had to build all 3 with the way the comp plan worked. So you're building 3 simultaneously and you make $3,000 a week. Oh, well, that's pretty good money, but that ain't big money for big networkers. That don't even catch their attention. Okay. So we built our business of everyday average people. Some people have failed many times in network marketing, but kept giving it a try. As I said in my story, George Donaldson had the most experience in building a network and company in my first 3.5 years plus. Then I got one that had network marketing experience, but really had no real success, not financially. I mean, he faked it, but he didn't have it. I did, but we were doing my system. Then we got to where we could make 7,000 a week, and we went through multiple changes in jumping from 1,000 a week to 7,000 a week per membership. And it took a while, but then we got to where we make 12,500, and we went through a lot of changes then. No, most people can't go through those changes. People who endure the enhancements and changes are ones that get rewarded. That's why we call it hanging around the flagpole. That's why Richard and I Richard Wayne Hanson, a co-founder, he was originally my sponsor until the co-founders, none of the company people can sponsor people or enroll people. That's over. I mean, you got to do that in the beginning. Somebody's got to start the business. Who's best to start it? The people who founded the company. They find people left and right. You get started with. Richard did his job. And now he's an owner. Just so everybody understands. That's been going on for the last couple of years. Now, in doing this, we build lists. Okay, here's part of getting that challenge. But I want to continue to set this up for you first before you get the challenge. This company is well established. It's a major player in the gold and silver marketplace. We got established. The company did its job. It's built an infrastructure. It's built an organization. It's built an administration. It's built a staff. And yeah, we went through 3 CEOs so far. That we might end up having more in the future. Look at other network marketing companies. None of that matters. Just so long as the owners, the 4 co-founders, the managing board has their same mindset and mission of helping average everyday people learn why they need to own gold and silver, giving them a means to buy it at the most affordable price for them, and have an opportunity to help us build the company in a referral marketing program so they can earn gold, earn silver, and earn extra cash and build a legacy income. Pretty laudable goals. Well, we're well established in Canada, the US, Singapore, the UK, some of the major markets in the world for gold and silver. That's very important. And we just opened in January of this 24 in Switzerland. Uh-oh, now we're opening all of them. So now we're legally established. We're a participant in all of it, and we buy from some of the most notable mints in the entire world, and we have our own modern collectible design coins that are well known in the modern collectible numismatic world. And our coins are rated by the 2 largest, most recognized coin rating companies in the industry, PCSG and NGC. We're established. Now it's time for that momentum growth cycle. And I project somewhere between 10, 20 years. So this next 5 to 10 years are going to be an exciting ride as they get into that momentum growth curve. on the way to becoming a major multi-billion-dollar company, networking company, a direct selling company, a member direct marketing company. That's what we are. You have to be members to get the benefits of our company. And we reward people better than Costco ever did in their member direct marketing approaches. They built their business. So we're established. This is a no risk company to be involved with. Do you want to put the effort out? Is the question. Okay. We're going to go through this growth. I mean, they just started, it just opened in 20 more countries overseas. They're all in pre-launch. Just look at them on your membership. Go to get started, select country, and look at all the new countries we're opening. People can enroll right now today in those countries. Oh yeah, they're the pioneers. That they're going to have to go through what our team went through those first 3 years that we did, except theirs is going to be a lot easier because they have an established, certified, reputable firm that all it's doing is going through global expansion, and it's new to that country. So it really is get in, learn, stay, be part of the growth, be part of establishing that company in that country. But our plan goes infinite left, infinite right. It's going to ping pong around the world, just like I said at the very beginning. You may not know anyone in any of these countries, but you're only 5 people away. You know a person who knows a person who knows a person who knows a person who knows a person in one of those countries. You may not know anyone, but if you're not looking for that person who has different contacts than you, and that person that has different contacts than they are you, and this person that has different contacts than them are you. See, that's how it works. Now, I just told you a statistically proven fact for decades. This is not Bob Reid saying this. And so you get credit for that. Remember I said you get credit for everything that happens there. New members, when they buy an autosaver, when they buy a point coin, when they buy a coin drop, you get credit. Now, it's up to you if you just want to have one on your left and one on your right with your business family packing you in control, and you're in control of your check for the rest of your life. Hey, getting to a $500 check a week, that ain't bad. If it took 10 years to get there, go for it. I'll guarantee you that's more than you're going to get in your Social Security. After your 60-year plan, or 40-year, 45 or 50, whatever you're working to get to your Social Security, or have to work to get to your Social Security, because that's changing too. Oh, it's changed since it's been invoked. Change is what happens. But we just had the most significant change in this company this past month than we've ever had. And it's huge good. Because you don't have to have ranks on left and right to rank up. Hey, look, all you have to have personally active people on your left, personally active people on your right, meet the growth factor requirement, have the volume, you get paid. We got the simplest, highest paying comp plan in the entire industry. Hear me, in the entire industry. And all one has to do, and I've had a couple of conversations like this over this past couple of weeks with people in other network marketing companies. Some people are making significant income in those companies. Now, are they going to make a quick hop? No, but I'm going to tell you what, we caught their attention. We're going to catch a lot of people's attention for what I just said. If you compare our business to any of the current top 50 companies that are in existence, if you do the same thing to make whatever level of income in that company In our company, you're going to make more money and you're going to have an asset and you're going to be accumulating assets, gold and silver, instead of lotions, potions, pills, patches, whatever. Machines, filters, apparatuses. It doesn't matter, whatever. If they just analyze like I have, you do the same thing. You enroll someone, you get them started. What's the minimum it takes to make the first check? You do that same thing. You make much more money with our company than you do any of those others. So we're going to have a lot of people that are hardly making a check in those other lotions, potions, pills, patches, apparatuses, whatever companies kind of be touched by you or your people or your people's people or your people's people. They're going to touch them because they know them. And they're going to say, well, that just plain makes sense. I'd rather, I'm make a switch. Like I made my first switch from my very first network marketing lotion, potions, personal care company to gold and silver. Greatest decision I ever made in my life. Changed our whole life and the family's life financially forever. And it will yours too. And it will theirs. And the fact that we can build a legacy income and it can be turned over to our children's children and they pick up and keep building, keep going with it. Okay, you got the setup, you know the why. And use this video to communicate it if you can't do it well, or watch it over and over until you can do some of the same things that I just did. But remember, you got a team, so you got us helping you anyway, and so does your new people that join you with us. We work as a team together because together everyone achieves more. Same thing I've taught from day one. So what we're going to do is my challenge to you is going back to that job description, that first list. I want you to, if you have never done this, you've never put your spiral list notebook together, do it. And let's just see if it doesn't work. Let's just prove to you that it will not work since you haven't done it. Put down the name of 100 people that's not currently in your business that you know. Take your phone, go through it, and do that. Not in your business. They're not members of some guy. I don't care if you talked to them before. Put their name in there. This is the beginning of your real pipeline. Now, what I'm going to do is you're going to do for the next 30 days, you're going to peak the way I have been teaching, the way Ryan's been teaching, but I want you to use mine. I use the same kind of scripts that Ryan does. Now, I modify them a little bit. I've used these scripts since day one. Everyone in my group knows that. And I've rewritten them, modified them to whatever time, place we have going on in the marketplace, be it coronavirus or when we were first pioneering, getting started. Well, I've kind of modified a couple of scripts here to fit our time today and where we're at. But they're all basically the same thing. But you choose what you want. But here's the key. You learn how to do your share links, how to create a new link for that name with real money, and then how to create one with present for that person. They're going to have two shared links. You need to learn how to do that. But you're going to go through 5 peaks a day, and you're going to share that 2-minute video with the script that we have using the share of the peak. Shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes. You can do it with a text or a phone call. Phone call's best, and then follow it up with a text. Okay? And that's in my trainings. That's in Ryan's trainings that he's doing, as a company. because we're trying to get the whole company actually on the same track. Actually, they're getting the whole company on the same track the way we built our business and my team. That's how we built our business. We always used the tools, whatever the tools they had, the company, that's what I taught, because using tools is how you duplicate, not with your mouth. That's how you don't duplicate. Because everybody said, well, I can't learn what he learns and I don't have time to do all that. But if you're using tools and you work with a team to handle the objections for you with them, then they all in their mind say, oh, I can do this. I can find time to do what they're doing. Okay. That makes sense. See, that's how you want their brain to tick when they're presented this. Okay. So you do your 5 a day. If you do 5 a day, 5 days a week, I don't ask you to work all 7, just 5. That's 25 in a week. Hey, guess what? That's 100 in a month. So see the importance of having that 100 list? You got to have a work list. You got to work the list. That's all it is. And you're going to get your one on your left and one on your right. May even get a couple more than that. Now we're looking for the ones that's going to come in at $5.99. That's the serious people. But even if they come in at $149, we might get quite a few customers in the process. $140, because they can upgrade anytime. Now with the new upgrade, you just pay the difference whenever. That's pretty powerful, y'all. So not only make it easier to rank up, easier to earn income, easier to build and get gifts from above and gifts from below. Wow, this is so powerful. And we need to be able to communicate that. Then you need to figure out do you have a 1, 2, 3 punch? Do you have your first upline leader that can really answer questions, that's available, accessible, that will be there when you set an appointment, when you do the trainings I give? For example, once you have that peak and that video says, are you willing to, you just call them up and say, hey, Jim, you willing to take the next step? I got a 10-minute video that I can shoot you that explain a little bit more information, give you a little bit more to answer some of the thoughts that may be going on in your head. I'll shoot it to you if you'll watch it. Yeah, they either say yes or no. And you just write it down in a little notebook right there. If you send it to them, the date you send it to them there, but you go in and copy that link that you already set up for them in their name on present. You copy that link and you text me, here's the 10-minute video I promised to send you. Let me know your thoughts after you watch it. That's real simple. See, you send them that, then you call them back the next day or in an hour. If that's what you said, you set an appointment to call them back. Basically, you call them back and you say, hey, Jim, which membership are you ready to grab? Because that's what the video asked them. And you just explain to them the 3 memberships, the basic $149, real basic, real basic. You got some kind of be a member of the Costco of Gold and Silver. Costco has 2 different memberships. And the membership we really recommend is the $5.99 lifetime member. Make a commitment, get a business in a box for $599, get your 1099 tax benefits and learn. Let us expose you that to the, especially if they're in a job. It doesn't matter where they want to start. If they want to start, just let them grab a membership, because we can get them upgraded anytime. If they say, well, I got some questions, you say, oh, I understand. I'll tell you what, this is not a good time for that, but let's set an appointment where you have at least 30, 45 minutes, whatever time you think it takes to get your questions that you might have at this time, but let's get every one of them answered. I understand. I had the same thing. I had the same questions, probably. But let's set a time. You set that appointment, then you work with that first upline person. Then you got to have one above them. Now, some of you only have that I personally sponsored, you only have me. Okay, that's all we need. We need anybody above me, then it ain't going to work. To be quite honest, do I use somebody? Yeah. When I'm talking to a big hitter in network marketing, oh, if we get to that stage, I can put the right people on the line with us, with him or her. Okay. But I'm just talking about for our group where you're at for this challenge. And I want to do it during this holiday period because Thanksgiving, we're all families all together. So you got to have your toolkit, your dollar bill, your silver eagle. You got to know how to do that, put it in their hand, talk about it, have your QR code cards, make sure everybody in your family has one, even if you've given them one before. Just make sure you have, hey, guys and gals, I know you're hearing about gold and silver, but you really need to learn that you need to get some. I love you. That's the reason I'm telling you this. Okay. And share, share, share. Say, hey, we got a brand new 2-minute video that I'd really like all of you to watch. Just watch it. No commitment, no obligation. See, you're talking to family. The hardest of all to get involved. Okay. And so, in most cases, there are some families that ping, they all hop in it together. They're arm in arm. But that's not the majority. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not the majority. And the real key is you really would want to set up links and send it all to them. If they're not members, they should be on that 100 list. Doesn't matter if you talked to them before, remember? Okay, you send them through the same way, but you're going to have that appointment. You're going to have that somebody on the phone. You're going to introduce them. So, okay, hey Jim, we're ready to answer any questions. I got Bob on the line here. He is the You tell him a little bit about him, and they will be able to answer the questions. But I'm right here with you. You turn it over to whoever you got on the phone, and you never say another word until it's finished. You don't interrupt. You don't add your comments. You don't add your 2 cents. If you do not interrupt on that 3-way, because that person handling the objection is the one in charge. And you don't want to screw this mindset, this ideology that's going on here up. Now, I know that's hard for a lot of people. They want to add something. They want to add their 2 cents. They want to show that they know something to the person that got wrong. So learning how to do a 3-way. If you don't know how to do it properly, then you got to get a little training first before you do them. So I'm just giving it all in one place, one time, to make this challenge work for you, and get you a new one on your left and a new one. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get them engaged. You're going to go through the 7 pieces of paper with them. You're going to give it to them. You're going to help on board them. We're going to all, as a team, work with them and get them going. And then we're going to go through their lists, their hot 25, 50 real quick. And then you can see how your business can exponentiate. And then we're going to be some leapfrogging. Just like I did with my initial group, just like I did with Wayne Clark's group and Greg Zerniak and the Stellies that were on Wayne's side and their group and their team. And then over to Hawaii, once Gary Goslin get involved and then Jim gets involved, and then we leapfrog through their group. Okay, I'm not going to go through the story again, but you need to be able to go back and listen to that story if you really want to build big and understand why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Restarting everybody out here because we got a monster that's sitting here in our hands that's going to be a global giant, and nobody can shut that down. It's going to happen with us or without us. May as well happen with you. I think you'd be able to benefit from it hugely. And then go back and learn all the things and then be part of this learning and growing and growth club over this next 5 to 10 years. Develop that exponentiation for you. Some people develop it quicker, like Wayne and the Zerniaks and the Stellies in their group, and now the Core Box and their team and their leaders, and they got uh, the PSI team and their group, and the Todd Father team, and the Silver Lions group, and the Silver Network Connect. See, and I can just give you groups and groups and groups and groups from my initial Go for Gold group, and the Dream Teams and the Dream Biggers, bigger Dream Builders. uh, so that's your 30-day challenge. Get to work. And if you are going to take me up on it, I want you to text me. Say, hey, I'm going to do it. Make yourself accountable to me and your first upline person that you're working with on your team to handle objections, or the second one too. Whoever you got in that line, text us. Let us know you're into this 30-day challenge. You're going to do it. If you do this, you're going to own your way to reestablishing, restarting your business right at the time of the beginning of momentum. And that's why network marketing is the single best entrepreneur opportunity in the world versus a job. That's where you make everybody else rich. Or buying a franchise or any of the other networking opportunities versus an asset-based opportunity with gold and silver. That's what sets the difference. Now, I may have not talked about income, but it's always good to show our disclosure. And one of the things I do like to show real quick, though, is, the share plan. Well, it just kicked off on me. But the one-page share plan that we have, that's kind of a summary of it. And we got 5 ways that we can develop income. And, you need to download it and pick it up, the one-page share plan. But what I like about it is building this new way of the power of 4. And if we enroll 2, not just 1, but we enroll 2, and we do this in the first week, you get all your money back plus gold in your hand, silver in your hand. It's amazing. And then if these people do the same thing, they duplicate that, we're going to do better than the power of 2. We're going to build by the power of 4, build more rapidly, build higher incomes, quicker incomes, faster incomes. And just think if any of them come in with business family packs. Wait till you see the numbers on that, which we're putting together. And, there's our 3 choices, however we want to start right there, and we get some extra points right here for the holiday period, but it's basically 20 points, 50 points, and 150 points. People ask you, people are going to ask you how you got started. You want to tell them I got started with the Legacy VIP, of course. Lifetime membership, make a commitment. It just makes sense. It's a no-brainer. Let's get going and let's team up, and everybody's going to duplicate what you do. Okay, and that's income disclosure statement, and put it up there because see, people are actually making this kind of income in this company. I know because I'm one of them. Okay, we're actually making this kind of income. Hey, and that was me last year, right there. That was me. Because it was recognized as I was the top gold earner last year in Las Vegas. Yeah, that was me. And look at all these other people. It's not just me. I mean, look, we had the top 5 up there. We had the top 5. The executive goals, all but 2 of them were in my business. Hey, all of these are in my business. Every one of them. That's pretty cool. Wow, you can have that happen to you. See, I didn't know any of these people. Wayne was my first executive goal, but yeah, I made more money than him, still do. But that's not the see, he's younger than me. I'm 78. He's going to be a future leader like the Stellies are and like the Cerniaks and the Korbachs and their team leaders. I don't know, you know, I'm just giving some like Jim McClellan, Gary Goslin, Cheryl Toyofuku, like their leaders. Now, like Kim Wiley, Shane Vaughn, Prentice Wiley, and on leaders there, like George Donaldson, like Cindy and Delton Kaysen, and like Tiffany and Danny Clements, like Catherine and Tony Bass, and on and on and on. See, I can go on and on and on with names, but I got 8 years and teams here, and I don't even have all the names to put. Listen to my other video. Read the income day. This is only going to get better for the years to come over the next 10 years, 20 years. You want to be a part of a monster like this. You want to learn how to take your bite out of a monster like this. Participate in it. Build a legacy income. I hope you see what I see. I hope you grab a part of it. You got a whole team ready to work with you and support you and build with you. But I've given you your challenge. How many of you are going to take me up on this? How many of you that heard it live and hear it on a replay? And I don't care if you hear this next year and you're just now hearing this because you saw it on a replay. You text me and tell me you're in, you're going to take me up on this 30-day challenge. You may not have the Thanksgiving extra holiday to have more people in front of you at one time, or the Christmas holidays to have people in front of you at the one time. But it doesn't matter. You don't need them. You will have those as you are building your business after you complete your 30-day challenge. I do believe in you. I do care about you. And I care about your success. And I'm here to help you succeed and build. I have worked harder than anybody that's asked me to work with them. Hopefully, God endows me with enough continued industry energy to do this because I love what I'm doing. Helping people help people, which is something I truly believe in before 7K came around. God's money, gold and silver. I believe that everybody needs to own some and needs to accumulate it instead of paper, either in the form of monetary paper or investment paper. I believe people need that more than paper, gold and silver, God's money. Thank you.